I thought I'd take you on a quick pre-construction tour of the new restaurant Boylston. All right, so this is our newest restaurant. We're expecting to open at the end of September, early October, and we're just getting our building permit today. You can see that we're next to Boloco, which is soon to be Chick-fil-A. There's a couple banks and other things down the street here, the New Balance shop. Above us is the Community Church of Boston. They actually own this building, so they're our landlord. And then over this way, we've got Clarendon Wine, Dig In, Chipotle, Wendy's. Used to be Noon, they went out of business. GNC, Finagle Bagel is down there in the corner. So we're on Boylston Street, and we're just right across the square from Copley. All right, so let's go on a quick little tour. We have this outdoor seating here, which is pretty awesome. I'm trying to figure out what to do with it. I'm thinking, apparently we would like to do something different than these rails, but the city of Boston has a complicated process in this part of town. There's a Back Bay Neighborhood Association, and then there's a Back Bay Architectural Association that you have to go through. So it's going to take a while if we want to make any changes to the facade. So the plan is to open up with things the way they are, but we might pursue some changes in the future. And I think we might just put some planters along here and here, and then we'll have some seating out here. And this is the restaurant. So it won't be black. This will all be clear glass, just like you're used to at other Clover restaurants. We just have some pre-opened materials on there. So we sort of made this into like a blog post on the side. Something we want to start talking about people thinking about the way we eat and the way we spend our money and what kind of impact it has on the future. All right, so I'm going to open up the door here. Okay. So as we come in, this is before we've done any work. So Minigrow is the previous tenant, and what you see here is what they left behind. There are these little areas by the windows. I think what we'll do is we'll put some wood there without seating, so you could stand behind or stand beside it or lean on it and eat there. This, of course, is going to all be open glass. That's all going to come away. We'll keep tile in the kitchen, and I don't want to buy new tile. I think that's wasteful, so we'll use what's already here. But we don't want tile in the customer area, so that's all coming down. This will come off as well, obviously. Another thing I'll point to here, the ceiling height, it's massive. The ceilings go up and up and up and up. The previous tenant had painted this line, this black line down here, which gives you the effect when you walk in here that the ceiling's lower than it is. We'll take that up, so we'll paint up higher there. And there's also a textured finish here we're gonna get rid of. We'll just go to something more straightforward. This is representing our like really rough, cheap mock-up of a table. So we're gonna have a giant table here, like a big wood community table, just like we do at other Clover restaurants. And then we're gonna have lights coming down over it. If anybody knows the light cloud we designed for Finn, the Clover at 160 Federal Street, or the Clover over in Central Square, we're gonna do something similar here. There's only gonna be one table here, so it's gonna be that big community table. We're not gonna have other seating. We're expecting in this area that a lot of the traffic will be to go, so we're instead investing in this instead of having a lot of seats, we're investing in this really beautiful big table that people can sit at either alone or in small groups or larger groups. And then we're going to have good flow for people coming in and out and taking their food to go. The line, there'll be a little sign. This is our mock-up. We do a bunch of really cheap, simple mock-ups, hours on the door. The line starts here. We may even have a little menu. We're thinking for opening days, there's a lot of people in this area who haven't experienced Clover before, so it might be, I don't know if we'd keep that forever, but it might be something we start out with. This wall will be painted white. There'll be video screens there. And then if you're coming in, you would walk down this way. Hopefully everything will be busy but flowing nicely. And there would be menu screens on this wall right here. And you would step into this area and have a conversation with a Clover guide about what sort of meal you want to eat today. Place your order, and then this is coming away. We're going to explore, there's a little build out here. We don't know if we can get rid of it or not. There might be pipes in there. That's going to be out of here, that's left over. And we're going to change the kitchen counter just slightly. So we're trying to work as much as we can with what's here because we don't want to create a lot of waste or disruption, and it's a very new restaurant and it was well done. So we're trying to make minimal changes. This wall here will come down. This counter will move forward just a little bit. And this will be the standard Clover counter. That's wood coming up that way, and then stainless steel here. And this would be the area where we make drinks. So we'll be keeping the hand wash sink and then putting a stainless steel wall there where we have coffee preparation. And then over here, we're gonna have sort of our normal sandwich stations. At this point, I'm standing in the kitchen. There's a hood already here, and a lot of this stuff is pretty new. So I will, Lucia has the CSA banner mocked out there. We would take down the tile that's in the customer area, but leave the kitchen tile, and that'll be shelving. I think this will be a really fun restaurant to see because the transformation is going to be primarily thinking differently about how we paint the space and the surfaces and finishes we use and how the flow works. But I think at the end, it's going to feel like a totally different space. We have another restaurant we're about to get working on, and pretty soon I'll start sharing details about that. That restaurant is going to be, we're going to gut it and do everything from scratch. So a very different kind of project than this. Right now I'm in the kitchen. I'm just going to walk backward a little bit, show you what we have. Very low ceilings right here. And most Clover restaurants, we have no back of house, but obviously we're taking this over from somebody else. And this is a more traditional build where you have a back of house or a restaurant that's back behind the customer area. You can see there used to be equipment here. There's a mop sink over in that corner. Dishwashing happened here. So they actually had a machine on the floor here, a dishwashing machine in addition to what you see here right now. And I'm gonna go around the corner and down the stairs. So there's quite a bit of space down here. We don't have any immediate plans to use this space, but I'll walk through it. Just wait for the lights to turn on. So there's a walk-in refrigerator. It's not something you see at most Clover restaurants. We usually just have a reach-in refrigerator in the kitchen, but this is already here and it's in nice condition because it was just put in less than a year ago. We have a brand new big grease trap, and this was like the office space. So this had security cameras and cash boxes and stuff like that. We don't usually have that in our restaurants, but we'll figure out what to do with that space. There's a back door. There's a full behind the scenes tour. There's a back door. That opens up into an alley, which is pretty neat. We usually don't have alleys to load from. And then I'm walking back and just open up this door. So this goes into a big room that's right below the guest area. It's a big space and it has stainless on the walls and it has tile on the walls. So I'm guessing this was used for kitchen prep previously. Like I said, I think for now we don't have any plans for it. So before Minigrow came in here, this was the Globe restaurant. And so maybe they were the ones who used that. There's some cool old molding detail on the wall here. Must be left over from a long time ago. There's not much of the space looks like that. I'm back in the main kitchen area and I'm gonna turn here. So this is a little opening from the kitchen to the customer area. There's bathrooms here and here. I'll take see if the lights turn on here. Pretty straightforward. I think they didn't quite do this to code, so we might make some changes there. But otherwise it's a clean new bathroom. I think the changes we make in here will be pretty cosmetic and minor. We're going to change, and there's always a confusing thing in this. There's these stairs going up, and when you come in here as a customer, I think it was unclear if those are inviting you or not. I think what we'll do is we'll take this door and actually put it right here, because this space is not usable for customers, unfortunately. So we'll just walk up and check that out. So the Globe restaurant, they had a mezzanine up here, but when Minigrow came in, this was all, this had a bunch of equipment put in instead. So you have some windows looking back onto the alley, and And then this is just a wide open room. I think they may have had this as an employee locker room sort of thing. Sorry, the lights aren't coming on in here. And then, oh, there they go. And then in this next room, we have a bunch more equipment. So this is HVAC equipment and hood grease, hood exhaust. There we go. So there's equipment for heating and cooling, equipment for makeup air and for the hood, and that's mostly what you get back here. So this whole area from that wall, through on over to this wall, used to be customer area with a opening facing down at the restaurant, but it's all been closed out now, and there's a lot of equipment up here. So I think we're going to leave it be. We're not going to try and do anything differently with that. All right, I'm walking down the stairs now, and that's what we're looking at. So this will be the newest Clover restaurant. I don't think we've decided on a name for sure, but it's going to be in Boylston Street in the Back Bay, and our first restaurant in the Back Bay, which we're very excited about. We will be posting some other updates as we start doing construction. You'll see some people in here, and we'll update it along the way.